With Fulio passing a few days ago, the fans were looking to see if Yungeen Ace would have a response. The response was nothing short of disrespectful, saying the game is over, a direct message to the KTA gang, a group formerly led by Foolio. From the start, it begins with a shout-out down Julio being carried by Yungeen Ace, a clear jab at the possible reason why Foolio may have lost his life in the first place.
Drinking, I don't even drink,
You supposed to have a chaser.
On the chorus, Yungeen Ace raps, 5 in the morning, I got a call, what is this? Dead on the floor, dead on arrival, Mr. 6. I'm steady screaming out, F the law, F the 6. 4 in the car, when I'm dead, 3 got hit.
That 2 cars were shot at, 4 people were shot in total as a result of this. 3 of them were transported to hospitals and 1 was pronounced deceased here on the scene.
This is a bold message aimed directly at the 6-0 block. Yungeen Ace is basically saying now that your leader is dead, the game is over. The back and forth no longer continues. A completely different sound from the first diss track, Go to War, a song that he consistently references throughout the song. Basically brag and say, hey, I told you did not want to go to war. This song initiated a long, deadly back and forth between the 2 groups, and this song caused so much grief and oddly painted a scene in which everything comes in fruition. The power of the tongue can be powerful, and the song would depict what will happen next. Mothers was crying, niggas was dying, but it would be from Yungeen Ace's camp, a birthday gone wrong. On a warm summer evening, the city of Jacksonville was alive, with vibrant Floridian nightlife. Yungeen Ace was outside celebrating a special occasion, the birthday of his younger brother, Trayvon Bullard. The night was meant to be a joyous gathering, shared with close friends Royal Devin Smith Jr. and Joe Dozard Grover, all excited for the night ahead. They chose a local favorite spot for the birthday dinner, a place where laughter and music filled the air, and worries of the world seemed to melt away. As the evening progressed, the tight-knit group enjoyed their night in a celebration of life. Little did they know that this night would take an unimaginable turn. After dinner, the 4 young men left the venue, their spirits high and their hearts full of the evening's festivities. They settled into their Chevrolet, ready to continue their night elsewhere. But as soon as they pulled away, horror struck. A car without description and seemingly out of nowhere approached their vehicle. Without warning, the night air was pierced with the sound of gunfire. The Chevrolet, once a vessel of celebration, became a target, showered with bullets in a relentless attack. Amidst the chaos, Yungeen Ace made a split decision. Fueled by instinct and brotherly love, he leaned over in a desperate attempt to shield his friend in the driver's seat.
He got shot in his head. We was coming from Wasabi. It was my little brother's 23rd birthday. We pulled up to the light. We was leaving the shit. We was really hanging, like I said, we were hanging out though. We weren't, you know what I'm saying? We was just hanging out though. We had our guard down, that's what it was. I mean, we pulled up to the light though. Shit started going crazy. At first I ain't really woo-woo, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie, I tried to like shit my little brother, 23, it was his birthday. So I tried to shield him and shit, make sure he was good, but...
Tragically, his efforts were in vain, and the driver along with 2 other passengers didn't make it out lucky. The hospital became Ace's new battleground, where he fought for not only recovery, but for dignity. In a shocking turn of events, he was expelled from the medical facility, his lack of insurance deemed more significant than his critical injuries.
In an almost unbelievable case of irony, on June 23, 2024, Jacksonville rapper Julio Fulio was shot and killed in Tampa just 2 days after celebrating his birthday, passing away the same exact way he mocked Yungeen Ace's brother for. This is actually pretty crazy when you think about it. I mean, you can't make this kind of stuff up. It's nothing short of an unbelievable story playing out right before our eyes. Foolio, whose real name is Charles Jones, was staying at a Holiday Inn in Tampa after being kicked out of an Airbnb where he was staying when the rapper was reportedly ambushed. Tampa police confirmed the death of 1 man in the shooting, with 3 other people injured and rushed to the hospital. They were listed in stable condition. Before his death, Jones had shared a story on Instagram showing him celebrating his 26th birthday with a pool party beside friends and family at an Airbnb.
Drinking, I don't even drink,
A chilling video of him drinking, despite claiming not to ever drink, reveals a side of humanity from Foolio. It's eerie to think about what's gonna happen next. The party that Foolio was advertising all over social media allegedly got too rowdy, leading police to shut it down. Now, I doubt Ace made the hit, most likely just celebrating his enemy's death, which is understandable, because if he had any involvement in this case, it will be the biggest case of self-snitching I've ever witnessed in my life. No one could be this foolish to think OnlyFans are listening. The FBI, CIA, and every police department in America are tuned in, bumping this in the squad car, listening closely with the warrant and handcuffs edging to the possibility of a confession. All of this led me to one question, and one question only.
What in the world got these niggas so mad? And what I discovered was a bloody story of gang war and disregard for human life.
We're talking kidnappings, murders, and the ultimate disrespect. Peeing on people's graves. These guys leading the KTA and ATA gangs have truly earned the title of demons. The ATA versus KTA feud, a violent saga rooted in a deep-seated animosity, traces back years. It all ignited during a rap concert in November 2015, where members from both gangs were present. Despite the tension, they attempted to form a truce by shaking hands. However, one member's refusal led to a fistfight, spiraling into a series of shootings. This culminated in the first publicized murder, the murder of Zion Brown.
Zion Brown, an active figure in the streets, and Foolio's blood cousin became a target. Their rivals decided to escalate the conflict by attacking Brown's home. Around 1:30 in the morning, a brick shattered the family's black sliding door, jolting Brown's 16-year-old sister awake. Frightened, she called 911, but before she could arrive, the situation turned dire. A figure emerged through the darkness, stepping through the shattered door. The gunman, with a cold calculation, entered the kitchen and then the living room. This once peaceful place, filled with soft breathing of sleeping children, became the stage for a horrific act. The teenage girl, her 9-year-old cousin, and her brother Zion gathered in the living room, their hearts pounding with fear. The gunman, with no remorse, tightened his finger around the trigger. A series of shots rang out, each one piercing through the echo of terror. The 16-year-old tried to take cover behind a couch, but was struck in both of her legs. Her young cousin was hit in the neck and the right arm, enduring an unimaginable pain. Zion Brown was fatally wounded. As the gunman emptied his clip, he turned out and walked the same way he came in, leaving behind a scene of devastation. The Jacksonville community of Cedar Hills Heights awoke to the aftermath of this tragedy. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, already deep into the investigation of the triple shooting, was determined to bring the perpetrator to justice. The investigation took a significant turn when the wounded 16-year-old, still grappling from her trauma, provided crucial information. She recognized the shooter as a Facebook friend and the boyfriend of one of her friends. The revelation steered the detectives in a new direction, identifying DeAndre Thomas as the prime suspect. DeAndre Thomas was a 19-year-old student from Orange Park High School and had a history with the law. His record included drug possession and a series of burglaries, one that involved the theft of a firearm. In fact, DeAndre and Yungeen Ace were both implicated for a robbery 7 months before Brown's murder, where they conspired to rob someone reportedly selling weed. Shots were fired into the home, nearly missing a couple and a 1-year-old child. After his arrest, Ace pleaded no contest. This connection between Zion Brown's killer and Yungeen Ace intensifies the rivalry to new heights. Armed with this new information, the police launched a manhunt for Thomas. The search ended the next evening around 8:30 near the Butler Boulevard and Belford Road, where DeAndre Thomas was arrested. He was charged with 1 count of murder for Zion Brown's death and 2 counts of attempted murder for the injuries inflicted upon the 2 girls. Zion Brown's family was forced to move out their house for fear of retaliation after Brown's sister cooperated with the police. All this unfolded in 2017. Foolio and KTA were silently planning their biggest move, targeting the top dog, Yungeen Ace, a murder that caused a widespread TikTok trend. On July 18, 2018, Corbin, an energetic 18-year-old, FaceTimed his friends at 4 p.m. This was the last time they would see him alive. Corbin mentioned that he was at an Amazon interview for a job interview waiting for a ride. His father, Corey Mormon, recalled dropping Corbin off at another job interview at UPS at 5 p.m. and 5 minutes later. Later that evening, Corey drove Corbin home to his mom's place. His mother, Melissa Mormon Jackson, reported seeing him last at 9:30 p.m. At 8:45 a.m.,
Corey texted his son but got no response, setting off alarm bells. By 6:30 p.m. on July 13th, the family, frantic with worry, reported Corbin missing. From the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, the investigation stalled. Days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months, and months turned into a year of unagonizing uncertainty. The first anniversary for Corbin's disappearance neared. The family planned a memorial at Riverdale's Memorial Park, but fate had a cruel twist in store. On July 11, 2019, a man clearing land off made a horrifying discovery. Corbin's skeleton wrapped and buried. The revelation was heart-wrenching, but it didn't stop. Foolio, the KTA head honcho, began taunting the tragedy on Instagram. Wondering why he would do something so heartless, I had to take a look back a few months ago to when one of Fulio's own was brutally murdered, and his death was ridiculed by the ATK. In the heart of Jacksonville, 16-year-old Adrian Garner, better known as Bibby, a student at the Grand Park High School, met a distressing fate that left the city reeling and his family in profound grief. On February 25th, 2019, at the Hilltop Village Apartments parking lot, Bibby was found lifeless, the victim of multiple gunshot wounds. According to the arrest warrant, it was Hakeem Johnson, aka Queso, who in a cold-blooded act approached Bibby and shot him at close range in the back of the head. Even as a young teen tried to defend himself, Queso showed no mercy. Queso had taken to social media after Bibby's death, posting several photos and videos where he appeared to be bragging about the murder. This brazen display of disregard for human life adds another layer of horror to the case and further inflamed the community's grief and anger. But Queso and his gang didn't stop at just bragging about their hit on Bibby. They went as far as to disrespect his grave and assault his relatives.
This story was horrific. At what point do we stop respecting these cold-hearted killers with no regard for human life? This story made me mad. He even tried to shoot a little girl. To think that came from Yungeen Ace's camp. It's kind of messed up when you really think about it. Do these people care? You think he feels bad about it? Because stuff like that will haunt me at night. That's why I edited it in that kind of fashion. Because to me, those sound like horror movies. Horrific stories that should never happen. It's so crazy what people normalize. But this is the reality of it. This is the stuff that they're trying to normalize. It's crazy. But like, when you put a nice beat behind it, you can't front, the shit slap. But hey, this is a new start for Yungeen Ace. He lives in Texas now. His ops has passed away. He gets a new start at life. He may not be playing when he says the game is over. The game may possibly be over. Either the game is over, or it's just began. It's your boy KPZ. I'll shoot films, not people. Hey yo, make sure y'all go cop the t-shirts in the link. Made in the 90s, y'all got made in the 80s, made in the 2000s, I got all of that. If you was made in the 70s, that's a custom order. I don't know if I got no fans that was made in the 70s, but if you was made in the 70s or the 60s and all that, maybe in the 40s, I don't know, hit me up, I got it. It's link in the bio, let me know. It's your boy KPZ, going back to another one. Let's get it.